In the astrology of January 27th, we have a very special little aspect today, which is going to be Mercury in its conjunction with Mars. This is, of course, the beginning of a new Mercury-Mars cycle, so the beginning of new cycles and these conjunctions are always very important in themselves. But it's important to remember that they represent an activation. They represent a moment in which something has truly begun, a new journey has been kicked off. So with Mercury and Mars, what you're going to feel in the collective thought and the collective speech today is a certain level of excitement, a certain level of passion, a certain level of adventure. There's definitely an overall intensity that runs through our brains, that runs through our hands, that runs through our very blood as the two of these bind together. And you might just feel like your system, even if you feel lethargic when you wake up, it's as though our system is being rebooted and calling forward for some energy and some activity. So it's important to engage with this energy today. For Capricorn, where this conjunction is happening, you're probably going to be feeling it the strongest. For Capricorn, today is this activation of bravery, really. It's an activation of action itself. And so this energy calls you forward. It calls you to go forth. Whatever way that you need to do that should be pretty clear to you. It'll be on your mind already, and likely you're going to have certain people prompting that in what they speak to you. For Sagittarius today, this is an activation of possession. This is an activation of want, and it's an activation of value. So what's going to be on your mind is what it is that you really want, why it is that you want it, why it is that it has value to you, and what it is that you need to do in order to have that value in your life, and or the way in which you bring value to another group of people or person. For Scorpio today, this is the activation of speech. So this is going to be all about explaining things. This is going to be about broadcasting your ideas. This activation is about passionately saying what it is that you want to say, especially if you haven't been saying it for a while. For Libra, this is the activation of family and deeper emotional self. So for Libra, this is going to be about recognizing that you've been stepping outside of your comfort zone for so long and you've been far away that you actually start to realize that your comfort zone is where you now are, and that's okay, that's good, that in a way you've become more resilient to what used to that would absolutely terrify you. So there's a great change that is happening collectively for each and every one of us. And for Virgo, this activation is going to be very fiery. Much like Capricorn, this is an activation of fire. So this is going to be the activation of joy. This is telling you to be creative, to have some fun, to enjoy yourself. Essentially, this is saying get in the mindset of the previous you. Think back to the you who used to color or used to make music or used to do whatever just for fun, just for the practice and exploration of it. Doing things purely for the excitement you feel while you're doing them. The things themselves are so much less important. Though as we get older, we sometimes forget that we start to place all of our stock in what effect something has, and that makes it the most important thing. For Leo today, this energy is going to be the activation of health and fitness, the activation of what it is that we're doing each and every day, and the lifestyle, the way in which we're living our lives. Are we living through a life of activity, or are we living through sloth? And that's a very important thing to sort of have activated, and it's going to broadcast this energy out to you, asking for change. For Cancer, this is the activation of relationships. So if you're not in one, this might be a day in which you finally say, I don't feel jaded anymore after these past relationships. I actually want to go pursue a new one, or I'm at least open to receiving this energy coming to me. Or if you're already in a relationship, this is the activation of remembering that you're in a relationship. Sometimes, much like Libra with the comfort zone, it's like when you share a sense of self with someone for so long, you almost forget how far the two of you have come and how much you mean to each other, even if on some level you of course know that you love this person. And this is a great day to have that sort of reinvigorated. For Gemini, this is an activation of the psychic gift. You might have a new psychic gift, stronger intuition, deeper visions. You're going to have something that happens that is very much vivid and here in reality, but at the same time, it's in your mind and it's in your spirit. And there's a certain type of communication that is happening there. For Taurus, this is an activation of the 9th house. So this is very important for you guys. This is the activation of adventure. Much like how Capricorn has to go forth, especially in the immediate cardinal sense, you have to go forth in a sense that is going somewhere else, doing something that is a bit beyond what it is you even feel comfortable doing right now. So it's going to be really intense, but really beautiful if you're willing to take that adventure and engage with that energy. For Aries today, this is the activation of destiny. So whether this is something as intense as realizing you want to be in a different career path, going for some huge opportunity that you have, something revolving around your long-term destiny and your life path itself is going to be activated today. So if you've been thinking and thinking and thinking, now's the time to start doing. For Pisces, this energy is going to be one of your friendships. This is going to be an activation of either making new friends or reconnecting with people that you've just started to drift apart from for a long time. And for Aquarius, this is the activation of endings. This is a part of you that knows, like, I need to stand up because I have spent so long rehashing and rethinking about these things that have happened in the past, and it is holding me back from even existing in the present or truly pursuing what it is that I want in my future. And so this is a really intense activation. It's very small, very brief, but it is something that affects each and every one of us, and it's a blessing of a new cycle, kind of like a new year. Each and every conjunction in the cycle that starts with them is almost like, in a metaphorical sense, a new year in astrology. So I hope you guys have an amazing Mercury conjunct Mars today, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.